There's a very interesting startup company in Vancouver called Hydra Energy, and they have a very interesting project or a new product called Hydrogen as a Service. And this is something I haven't seen before, and I'm very interested to talk to Badr Abduljawad, who is with the company. So welcome to the interview, Badr.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Now,
thank you for having me.
Why don't we start with, because this is unusual and I'm intrigued, why don't you give us an overview of hydrogen as a service?
Sure. We convert existing trucking fleets to run on hydrogen while basically providing them with both the hydrogen fuel and the fueling infrastructure, all as a combined service.
And okay, so you have an initial contract with a company called Chemtraid. So you're going to be doing one facility, and you would do what? Go in and convert all of the trucks that they have to use hydrogen. Then you provide the supply of hydrogen and the fueling infrastructure and all of that.
Yeah. So Chemtraid is actually our chemical partner. We'll be capturing their waste hydrogen. So it's the hydrogen byproduct. We'll be cleaning it up, compressing it, and then providing that to a local trucking fleet.
Oh, so that's very interesting. So you're essentially taking what they call gray hydrogen, which is produced during an industrial process, and then cleaning it up and making it just about as clean as green hydrogen.
Yeah, just a little clarification. It is actually considered green hydrogen because it is an actual waste project, and the way it's manufactured is not manufactured from natural gas in this particular chemical manufacturing process. So,
okay, gotcha. Now, I understand that from your press release that the hydrogen that you offer will be cheaper than diesel. And are the economics of hydrogen as a service superior to what the trucking company was using before?
Yeah, the economics work because we're able to have a long-term or extended fueling contract with the trucking company, and we're just able to provide them a 5%, I guess, discount to what they're paying currently for diesel. So combining that with a displacement of hydrogen on their existing trucks, you end up with a cheaper fuel cost overall.
Now, I would imagine for a company like yours, the federal government's decision to increase the carbon tax to $170 a ton by 2030, that's got to be really good news, because diesel is going to be, any industry that uses diesel is going to be fairly hard hit by that.
Yeah, that is really good news. It allows us to apply our technology on a much greater scale with that federal mandate as well. It will help lower costs for fleets on many different levels.
Now, I understand that you did a study with Navius, which is a well-known BC-based consulting company. And if you were able to scale up to the national level, you might be able to take as much as 6 megatons of CO2 emissions out of or off the road every year. That's very significant.
Yeah, I guess in order to elaborate on that a bit more, let me explain the technology a little bit, perhaps. As we are adding our hydrogen kits to these trucks, we just add basically a hydrogen computer and some hydrogen storage tanks on board a truck. The hydrogen computer communicates with a diesel computer, and it displaces up to 40% of the diesel with hydrogen. So therefore it reduces 40% of the carbon emissions just off the bat like that. And combining those with all available the sites across Canada, we are able to accomplish that.
So I guess that is the question, given that you're currently going to be using the hydrogen produced by a partner from their industrial process. When you scale up on maybe a provincial or even a national basis, where do you get the hydrogen from that for scaling up?
Yeah, so the research, the study you were referring to by Navius has been conducted across various waste hydrogen chemical plants across the nation. So it would be across Canada. There's about 20 of those plants available.
Oh, I see. So this is hydrogen that's just being vented to the atmosphere?
Yes, it's hydrogen being vented on the atmosphere as a result of a chemical process. So it's just basically excess hydrogen,
Well, very interesting.
not used in the actual manufacturing of a chemical.
Great. Final question, Badr. What's the timeline for this? Where do you expect to be in, say, 2 to 5 years and maybe by 2030?
So in the next the 2 to 5 years, we're expecting to complete the remaining sites with Chemtraid, and then expand beyond that afterwards.
Great. Well, look, good luck with your business. Sounds like a terrific business model, and really appreciate you talking to us today.
No, thank you very much. I really appreciate having me. I hope I was able to answer all your questions.